Talking to CMOs especially, there's a lot of conversation in and around first-party data and setting yourself up, setting your CRMs up in order to be able to actually leverage AI going forward. Okay, so if you take a typical CRM with customer data in it, it also has some form of marketing automation attached to it with workflows. Okay, and the businesses that have been building these workflows, these email chains, these SMS chains, these communication workflows, whatever you want to call it, are literally sitting there today going, great, if I've got Salesforce and I have 20 different workflows of current communications that I've got going out to customers, I can now bring the AI in and fully leverage that, optimize that, and take that to a whole new level. But then you've got the businesses that are quite panicked. They've got multiple systems, nothing talks to each other, their first party data is pretty bad, and they don't actually historically have a lot of workflows there, knowing that they need that to leverage AI to its full capacity, especially in the media advertising and marketing space. So what would your advice be to probably those companies in the latter bucket that are feeling a bit stressed right now? They realize they're in a very fragmented state. They've got their MarTech stack is very complex, and they now need to really race to the start line to do this digital, not only this digital transformation, but this AI transformation. So what would you sort of share with them?
Yeah. I would go back to basics. And this goes back to when MarTech first started exploding on the scene. I find, and I still find it's today, people probably have way too many tech stacks and software that they need because they're just using whatever and they're not actually mapping it to a workflow that makes sense. They're just adding more stuff, and somehow it works most of the time, right? I find it's gotten even worse, right, with AI. Exactly. So I would just start, again, go back to basics. Start documenting what your workflows are. Okay? It sounds a bit counterintuitive to do that, but you have to be very specific in the outcome of what you want in order for AI to work with you. And I know that sounds like it's going to take a long time, but I don't really think it will. Like, you can even just start talking into ChatGPT, telling it what your process is and asking it to just create the process for you and then even improve it. Because once you have that, then I actually think it's easy, because once you have your process, then you can look at it and go, okay, you can actually ask AI, what are the places that we should automate and use AI on here? Or can we do the whole thing? Right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just do it for you. So,
and then you can get the leverage.
Exactly. But you have to have that workflow, which is not sexy to do, right? Nobody likes to do it. Very few people like to do it, I would say. But it can be just as easy as, using your phone with the ChatGPT app on it and just talking into it. And I find a lot of times people just can talk, right? You can also use the video. I've used the video option now as well, just to show, like, okay, they're doing this. Please document what it is that this person's doing. We're going to add that to the SOP. Because the more clear you are there, honestly, the more efficient you will be, and the faster you'll be able to get up and running with AI. And then you can just choose one thing to try. Just start with one thing, because once you start, I guarantee, like, once you start getting it and seeing it, then you're just going to want to go faster.
And it creates that momentum, right? It's like that first, I always say the first pull of the merry-go-round is the hardest, but once the merry-go-round's moving, you're just tapping, right? So the sooner you do that first pull of the merry-go-round, the better off you're going to be. And I think we overthink the complexity of what we're going to be faced with, but if we actually just start pulling, we're going to be able to get there much faster.